America finds itself at a crossroads once again. The recent executive order targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion programs has ignited a firestorm of debate. Many fear that it marks a return to a shameful chapter in American history. The specter of Jim Crow looms large, its dark shadow threatening to engulf the progress made in the fight for racial equality. This executive order, signed on January 21, 2025, is a direct assault on DEI programs. These programs, implemented across government agencies and private businesses, are designed to foster inclusive environments. The order seeks to dismantle these initiatives, claiming they violate anti-discrimination laws. This move has sent shockwaves throughout the nation, leaving many to wonder if we are on the precipice of a new era of Jim Crow. The parallels between this executive order and the discriminatory laws of the Jim Crow South are striking. Jim Crow was a system of legalized segregation that permeated every facet of life for Black Americans. From separate water fountains in schools to restrictions on voting rights, Jim Crow relegated Black people to second-class citizenship. The current attack on DEI programs, while not as overt as Jim Crow, carries with it a similar stench of discrimination. The executive order's impact is far-reaching, extending its tendrils into the private sector. By threatening to withhold federal contracts, the administration aims to coerce private companies into abandoning their DEI initiatives. This blatant attempt to control private businesses is deeply troubling and sets a dangerous precedent for government overreach. The administration justifies its actions by claiming that DEI programs are discriminatory. They argue that these programs unfairly advantage certain groups, particularly Black Americans, at the expense of others. This argument ignores the historical and systemic disadvantages faced by Black Americans. It is a callous attempt to rewrite history and deny the very real need for programs designed to level the playing field. The dismantling of DEI programs represents a significant setback in the fight for racial justice. These programs are not simply about quotas or preferential treatment. They are about creating a society where everyone, regardless of race, has an equal opportunity to succeed. By dismantling these programs, the administration is sending a clear message that it is acceptable to turn a blind eye to the persistent inequalities that plague our nation. The current assault on DEI programs cannot be viewed in isolation. It is part of a broader pattern of attacks on civil rights and social justice initiatives. From voter suppression laws to the rollback of affirmative action, the forces of regression are working tirelessly to undermine the progress made during the civil rights movement. The echoes of the past are deafening. The same arguments used to justify Jim Crow are now being used to justify the dismantling of DEI programs. The language may have changed, but the underlying message remains the same. Black Americans are not deserving of equality. This is a dangerous and unacceptable regression that must be confronted head-on. The implications of this executive order for Black employment opportunities are dire. DEI programs have played a crucial role in increasing diversity in the workplace. By removing these programs, the administration is effectively closing the door on countless Black Americans who aspire to achieve their full potential. This is not only unjust but also economically short-sighted, as it deprives our nation of a talented and diverse workforce. We cannot stand idly by as the hard-won gains of the civil rights movement are eroded. It is time to raise our voices in unison and demand an end to this assault on racial justice. We must hold our elected officials accountable and demand that they prioritize the needs of all Americans, not just a select few. This is not a time for complacency. The future of our nation hangs in the balance. We must remain vigilant and engaged, educating ourselves and others about the dangers of discrimination and the importance of equality. The fight for racial justice is far from over. It is a fight that demands our unwavering commitment and unwavering resolve. Let us honor the legacy of those who fought so valiantly for civil rights by continuing their unfinished work. Let us create a society where every individual has the opportunity to thrive, regardless of the color of their skin. The time for action is now. The fate of our nation depends on it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content.